hell yeah, you gonna get it back, bro. Especially if you got time on your plays. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Yeah.
time on your plays, your shit due next week or the week after. You know what I'm saying? I would say
Really ain't so
should be
much on
concerned.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be concerned. But if you got
My
more,
shares, bitch. That's what I'm concerned. Like, what the fuck?
well, you
These
said your shares
motherfuckers
is
put up.
down.
Yeah, this my shares, nigga. Damn near went down to woo.
God, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the shares, nigga. VST. I'm heavy. I got 300 shares of VST, nigga.
Mm,
ANET hit a motherfucking down 2030. So it's like my actual shares in these, but I believe in the companies. But it's
yeah.
just like the shares did a motherfucking
Big one.
whoop
Shit.
wop bam. They said, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you think you good?" I mean, we still up on them, but it's just
Oh,
frustrating to watch shit dwindle, and it's like, damn, I got a hold for 5 to 10 years, but damn, nigga, we was good. Should I have taken profit off of them? To re get in some more shit. So
Yeah.
man,
yeah.
I mean, but though, like playing this game, bro, that's what come with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a valuable company, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got the shares, so you really playing the long game. You feel
Mm,
me? The only thing about, what's going on right now is just, the market doing what the market do, bro.
yeah,
You
for
feel me?
sure.
mm,
It's
Yeah.
something that you can't control. And like I was talking on my live last night, where, we learned in sports, control what you can control.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It control what you can control. If you buy a valuable company, you done did the research, cool, check mark. You got some time on it, cool, check mark. Right? And you got it on the discount, check mark.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a lot of the shares that I'm in. Like, if you bought them on a discount, you should still be green on your shares.
Easy.
yeah, still great, still.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not at 110%, 150% all the way up like it was, but you should still be green. That means you bought it
Right.
on the discount. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the market going through what it gotta do
Yeah.
before the end of the year. It's November 13th, bro. It's still a lot of time left in,
Yeah.
in this month.
Mm-hmm.
And this
Not even
one, yeah.
halfway through the month yet, let alone finishing through the year, bro. Like, it's a lot of time left in this month. We're not even halfway through the month. So the market moves in phases. The market moves fast. It's just our job just to stay down.
Yeah.
Keep keys and
Amen.
EYL be saying, stay low, bro. Keep
Yeah.
firing,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Stay
And if
firing.
we honest, man, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the market's been cooking for 6 months straight.
Woo, talk to him, Malcolm.
You know,
Talk talk to him, Malcolm.
yeah, I mean, we didn't get that typical pullback that we usually get in September. October cooked. So I mean, it was inevitable. I mean, it was going to happen.
Right. At some point, yeah. Nigga, but this type of nigga, I'm watching 6,000, 7,000,
I
eight
mean,
thousand. I'm like back to back to back. Like, yeah, it will get like that. Not no, not no, okay, we gonna get one major pullback, nigga. Y'all like, nigga, major every day, nigga. I'm watching the portfolio just the window. I'm like, motherfucker.
Hey, I told that market said I'm gonna
yeah,
see
say,
the real bill to ass. That's the real bill to ass. We getting spanked on the recent plays that we put in, but bro,
yeah,
like I said, we gonna be good, bro. We got time on our plays. We got some valuable companies. It's just about staying down at this moment. But other than that, before we get into it, how everybody doing though? Everybody cool?
everybody good.
Bless, bro. Right,
Let's
good.
get
A
to it.
decent day.
Love it. I love it. First off, I want to start with KB. I want you to talk about what you seen today, why you got in the put,
Mm.
and you got in and got out 200, 300%, and then you got in another play on the way back up. Like, talk about what you were seeing, brother.
Mm.
So yeah, fellas, I saw SPX. It wasn't nothing but a gap fill day today, man. Like if you read the charts, you know what SPX about to do. We saw the pre-market. We saw how the first 15 minutes was gonna go. So I said, let me just take this SPX put. Got in, got my percentage. I got like 200, 300. I put like $100 in. I got $300. So 200%, something like that.
Nice.
Nice.
So saw that, and then I saw once we got filled, we're gonna go back up to the upside. So I hopped in a play that was on a deep discount. Now we're gonna ride that up to the upside. Pause.
Mm.
So that was a play today.
Mm.
That's smart play.
That's what's up. And why'd you get in? Well, like, how did you know about a put and stuff?
So puts are a little different than calls. So you got to dang near watch the chart, look out for it, because Trump can come out with some news and boom, we back off to the upside. So you just got to know what you're doing. And I got in because SPX had to go gap fill.
Mm.
It had to go clear the gaps before we go back to the upside. So I saw that. I marked my target where when I want to get out, got out, and then I went back up to the upside.
Mm.
Nice, brother. Nice, brother. Man, that's
That was smart play.
and that's the power of the game, right? Where if the market going up, you can make some money. But if the market going down, you can make some money as well, right? And so, one of the reasons I had someone ask me earlier, it was like, bro, why didn't you put all of us on puts? Like, why didn't we get in them? And the reason why you don't get in, or me personally, why I haven't been putting in puts, is because when you're when you're short in the market doesn't stay down for long.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Historically, what does the market do? It
Mm.
goes up over time. So if you're going to short the market, that means you either going to trade or you're going to scalp a play. If we're going to trade or scalp a play, that means you need to be on it. You need to be aware of what's going on in the moment. Like, we could get in the morning like KB did. He got out 4.5 hours later. You might not be on your phone. You might be closing a deal. You might be with a client. You might be on the phone where when you get to shorten a play, you might have to be monitoring this thing all day.
Mm.
You're not monitoring that thing all day, you might be out of luck. By the time we get out of a play, or I'm like, hey, y'all, we out of a play, you on the phone with a client, you closing the deal. By the time you look at your phone 10 minutes later, the market on the way back up, you like, man, I done lost all my money. So when you shorten the market, when you short the market, you got to be precise. You got to get in and you got to get out. Shorting the market ain't no long-term play. This ain't we buying a quality company and we just gonna ride the wave. No, when you short a company, you are betting on the fall of this thing for a while. If you're gonna short it out for a while, if you don't think the market is gonna fall for a long time, you got to be able to day trade or you got to be able to get in and get out. So that's kind of why I haven't put no shorts in. And I wanted to make sure we went over puts and knowing how to put a put in before I just start throwing puts out there, right? I don't want people saying, okay, I got the calls mastered, but how do you look for the strikes when you putting in puts? Looking for the strikes on puts is look way different from looking on the strikes on calls, right? Way different because the puts might not actually get in the money. Are you following me? Calls, you want your plays to get in the money. You got some time for those to cook. Puts, they might not get to the money, but you can still take advantage of the market falling.
Mm.
Y'all following me on that? Following me on that? So, yes, you can make money on the way up and you can make money on the way down. The important thing is just to keep playing the game, keep learning, right? KB doing his own research. He doing his own study. I know J. Cole, I know Mason, Malcolm, Keys, Lante, Miles. I know all of y'all. Everybody is doing their own research, and that's how you should do it. You should be doing your own research to the point where you like, hey, Nate, I think this is about to go down. I'm like, shoot, if you think it's going down, take the shot, right? I told y'all a long time ago, there's a million plays out there. I might not be on every single play. You follow me? But that doesn't mean that it's not a good shot. A good shot for you might not be a good shot for me in a moment. I might be looking at this and looking at this over here. You might be focused on this one company and seeing this great setup that I'm not looking at. So that's why it's important to understand the game. It's just like sports and hoops. Like, I don't want you to model your basketball game after me. I'm going to show you, what the rules are. You got to put the ball in the basket. You got to play defense. You got to be smart. The creativity from that, the plays that you come from that come from you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? That come from you. So, man, great job, KB, on getting on that put today. In the market today, bro, we went and filled that gap. I'm gonna show that in a second. We went and filled that gap that I've been talking about. And now we get to see, are we going back to the upside or are we gonna bleed a little bit more?
I don't know. I think we're gonna bleed some more with that market data getting released. It's a very convenient thing that they really easing up on the government shutdown when we got this bleed. So it might give more of an opportunity, I think, man. I don't know. That could be just me.
Everybody's perspective is valid, brother. I will say, we could bleed. Anything can happen, bro. We could go further down, or we could turn around and just go back to the upside. Anything can happen. Our only goal is, like I said, is to control what you can control. We can't control if it go deeper down. We can't control if it go back up. All we can do is control when we want to get in and if we buying quality. That's all we can control. So yes, it can fall deeper. I'm about to show the chart here in a second, but I definitely want to go over some data. So for the last 50 years, November and December historically has been positive 87% of the time. November and December, 87% of the time. So almost 90% every single time November, December come around, it's always green, right? Maybe not green all throughout the month, but it finishes green when the year is over with. That's almost 90% of the time. Another news catalyst I want to talk to you about, Michael Burry. Michael Burry, do you know who that is?
Not here.
Michael Burry, he was the investor that shorted the housing market. He was the one that came up. He was in the movie The Big Short. He was in the movie The Big Short, where he was basically seeing the housing market about to collapse, right? And with him seeing the market about to collapse, he said, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna short the market. I'm gonna bet on the downside. I'm gonna bet on it falling apart." Right? Numbers show he started scoping this out in 2003 to 2005. With him scoping this out from 2003 to 2005, he doesn't pull the trigger until 2005. The market doesn't crash until late 2007. So y'all know what that means? He was literally getting whooped, belt to ass, from 2005 all the way to 2007. Yo, and when you got other people's money on the line, people like, yo, what is going on? People was trying to sue him. People was trying to kill him. People was trying to get his funds shut down. People was begging for their money back. Yo, he came out with a statement in the middle of the year and said, I am locking y'all money up. Y'all not getting nothing back. So imagine how everybody was feeling when he had this thesis that this market is going to crash. He had this thesis that this is going to fall apart. All of 2005, the thesis was not panning out. Early 2006, people was getting fed up, bro. People was getting fed up. 2007, that's when he sent the message. He was like, yo, y'all not getting y'all money back. Everybody was complaining until the thesis panned out. One of the best trades ever, bro. When the market crashed, bro, he made so much money, hundreds of millions of dollars in a year or two for his clients, bro, that they labeled him the guru of knowing when to short the market. Right? Since then, though, he has been trying to short the market almost every year. And he's been getting belt to ass now, right? He's been getting belt to ass because the market ain't just been tumbling, right? With him shorting the market now, he is now betting that the tech bubble, the AI bubble, is about to crash. Last time he said the housing market was going to crash. Now he's saying the tech bubble is going to crash. He came out with a statement last week saying that he's short NVIDIA and that he's short Palantir. He's short NVIDIA and he's short Palantir. He also said that Meta and Oracle, they are overestimating and they're fluffing their numbers up. So he's all in. He's saying this entire thing is about to crash. He comes out yesterday with a report saying he's shutting his firm down. Shutting his firm down. He said he's done taking on clients' money. He's shutting his firm down. Why is he shutting his firm down? He's shutting his firm down because he's been getting that belt to ass, right? I just said this earlier. If you're going to short the market, you got to be able to get in and get out. When you make a bet, I'm saying from today for the next couple years, all this shit gonna fall apart. You are betting that the American economy is about to fall apart for years. And if we know who's in office, bro, we know his net worth is tied to this thing. So if you think he finna let it just fall easily like that, you must have lost your mind. Yeah, it could fall over the next couple of years. Yeah, things are not going to be able to keep running how hot they are. Like Malcolm just said, we got a strong September. We got a strong October. Bro, since April, bro, we was at 4,800. 4,800. I think the numbers was, I think it was like 11 trillion. I gotta see the number again. But since the April lows, we added so many $1 trillion in the market in 6 months. Bro, we was due for a little pullback, bro. Right, Malcolm? We was due for a little pullback, right?
Sure.
And that's why 4,800 to almost 7,000, bro. That's really unheard of in 5-6 months. We needed to cool off a long time ago. It's just now that we cooling off now, right? And that's why I say control what you can control. If you bought quality and you bought it on a discount and you put some time on it, shouldn't be complaining. Yes, I know the market is red. Everybody's portfolios is red. All the great portfolios are red. You don't think Warren Buffett don't even short companies like that. You don't think his portfolio is red right now? You don't think Wall Street Trapper's portfolio is red right now? You don't think the other great people that were in these plays, their portfolios red? Bro, a lot of people's portfolios are red. The question ain't is your portfolio red. The question is, can you withstand what's going on right now? You follow me? Can you withstand? And that's why I tied the market into the real world, bro. I tie the market into the real world. It's the same with business. It's the same when you building something in real life. It's the same thing when you going through that health problem or you going through that relationship problem or you just got fired from your job or, bro, can you withstand what you going through, bro? That's the question. Can you withstand what you're going through? Most people can't. What I'm noticing, people complaining, people on Twitter doing this and doing that, and I can't believe it, and oh, this is doing, bro. We have been cooking since April. Cooking. We launched the ecosystem a month ago. Bro, we was coming out the gate hitting them, slapping them. Hey, I remember Keys got in the MU play the first day. 2 racks. Boom. He said, Nate, I'm gone. 2 racks, I'm gone. Remember that, Malcolm?
He felt good.
Boy, hey, 2 racks, I'm out of there. Another play. We get in this. He doubled down on the A-net play. He out of there. We get on the iron play. Out of there. Bro, we was slapping the market since launched the ecosystem, what, October 1st or November 1st? Yeah, so in the middle of that, bro, Intel was at $20 a share. We was in the group chat from InvestFest. I'm like, yo, it's at around $24, y'all. I'm grabbing this right now. I seen the US just Intel pops to almost 50. 100% return on your shares in 4 weeks. That's unheard of, bro. The market has been slapping. The chips have been slapping. Nvidia touched the 90s this year. Nvidia crossed 213 last week. Nvidia was in the 90s. 5 months ago, it touched 213, bro. That is not normal, bro. We were due for a pullback. Follow me? We were due for a pullback. So, yeah, I just wanted y'all to know, bro. Just withstand this, bro. We gonna be good. Like I said with Michael Burry, he's shutting his fund down. He said he's going out of business. He's gonna move to more of a private practice. He's gonna do more of, I'm a short things on my own. Always remember this as well. When you got money on the line, or when you got people on your idea, you got a little bit more pressure on yourself than you do if it's just your idea and you working by yourself. Prime example, a business, right? If I'm launching this company, if I'm launching this business by myself, my own clothing brand, if I make it, I make it. If I fail, I fail. But when I got people that work for me, when I got people believing in my brand, when people are dependent upon me paying them to keep going, it's a little bit more pressure on me for me to get this thing done. So I feel like what Michael Burry is doing, he's just taking that pressure off of his back, of the people saying you wrong, of the people saying give me my money back, of the people saying you getting killed, of the people saying we know your position. Remember, when you got a fund like that, another reason why we are winning more than the funds, the hedge funds, when it comes to flexibility, they have to report every quarter and every year what their returns are for their customers. When you have to report what you are doing, people see exactly what you got going on. That is why when Warren Buffett purchases something, he doesn't release that story that day. When he purchases a company, or when he takes ownership in something, it doesn't come out for months. Why is that? Because people can see exactly what you're doing. It's by law, you have to let everyone know what you're doing. When you grow that big, you got people's money on the line. With us, we don't got to show nobody what we're doing. So we can make more cautious decisions. Right. So that's why I feel like Michael Burry is shutting down and moving into private practice. I still think he's still gonna be shorting companies. I think Ian has said it. We are gonna get a real deep pullback 2027. Right. And then I was looking at the numbers as well. The last time Trump announced stimulus package in the pandemic, they have the peak. I'm gonna send y'all the screenshot in a few. They have the peak of when he announced the stimulus, when he was sending the $1,400 checks. 2 years after that, we hit a peak in inflation. 2 years. So if you do the numbers, when he announced it in 2020, 2 years after 2022, we hit peak inflation. The Federal Reserve was raising rates like crazy. The market was bleeding 2022. If you do the numbers, if he just announced this, we're doing this again this year, the 2000. 2 years from this year is what year?
27.
27.
Ian said in about 2027, we're going to see a real pullback, right? And so, man, it's getting spooky out here. Not only because stocks are going through what they're going through, that's normal. Stocks go up, stocks go down. What's really getting spooky and scary is that Keys has said that this data report about these jobs, bro. People, they are cutting jobs like crazy. 150,000 more jobs got cut. And then the advisor, Hassett, to the White House, he just said 60,000 jobs are going to be reported that got cut for October. 60 more thousand. My question is, if there's all these hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs getting cut, what do y'all expect people to do?
Panic.
What do y'all like? Where are people supposed to get money from if you're cutting jobs, bro? Like, that is something scary to think about. If you're cutting the jobs, where are people supposed to get money to pay for their bills, to pay for their life, to pay for their kids? Guys, this is why y'all should read the book, The Creature to Jekyll Island. 600-page book, bro. I'm telling you, I said this on my live last night. They say if you want to hide something from a black person, You go put it in a book. Black
Yeah, I've
people
heard
read.
talk about that a couple times.
What'd you say, brother?
I've heard Trap talk about that book a couple times.
Preacher to Jackal Island, 600-page, 700-page book about the entire makeup of the banking system.
Mhm.
Right. And so I'm gonna just sum it up for one of the chapters that I'm getting to is that the end goal, the new world order, is to get everything controlled. And what do I mean by control? To get your ID control, to get your profile, to get your social security, to get your money control, to get everything that you do control. And when you look at, I'm telling you, this book came out years ago. And it was saying the first phase is to get everything digitalized. I'm now I'm seeing it I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. And this is why you have to read, bro. The first phase was getting everything digitalized. What do I mean by digitalized? Take away paper money. That's number one. Take away real IDs. Number two, make everything digital where you can have people scan their palm, scan their eyes, scan, their wrists, scan what they're doing to check into work and to check in to concerts, check into airports. We're seeing it in real time. And then if they're getting rid of the dollar, everything becoming digital, they're moving everything to digital currency. I'm like, that's phase one. Phase two is take the money away from the people. Rank up inflation. If you rank up inflation, the value of your dollar goes away. So what are you going to do? Smart money is going to alternate into digital money, which is your cryptos, stable coins. Why do you think they keep passing these little laws on the low? Yeah, Bitcoin is going through what it's going through, but the end goal is to get everyone to convert over to digitalized money. Forget the paper money. We're going to get that out of there. Everybody convert over to digitalized money. After the digital, then after we rank up inflation, what's going to happen is this. People are not going to have no money. So what it's going to do? It's going to cause havoc in the country. It's going to cause havoc around the world. You're going to have people fighting each other. You're going to have people robbing each other. You're going to have people killing each other, murder, crime. Everything is going to rank up. And then what is going to happen? Oh man, it's such a crazy thing in the world. We got to send a National Guard to places. This is in the book, bro.
New World Order.
I'm like, send a National Guard to. What is Trump doing? We got to send the National Guard. Bro, they talking about sending the National Guard to Indianapolis.
Bro, I was just finna say that literally.
Chicago, Portland.
Send the National Guard to Chicago. Send the National Guard. What? Bro, wait. We've had crime for a long time. Why now y'all want to send them? It just make you think. Like, what's going on, bro? You know what I'm saying? So that's the third phase. Fourth phase is when we have the situation that we want, when we got everything digital, and just to intervene real quick, China, you can go over there and you can pay for your groceries with the palm of your hand.
Oh yeah. That's for real. WeChat. When I lived over there, I seen that coming.
Look,
that.
Keys is already over there, so he's seen it. So you don't need your phone no more. You don't
They
need
do.
cards no more. You don't need no cash no more. All you're gonna do is you're gonna go up to listen to me. I have Whole Foods out here by me.
I'm about to say they got it at Whole Foods right now with the Palm Pay.
I'm sitting there I'm looking at the lady. I'm like, what is palm pay? Oh, just hold your palm up. I said, and then do what? I said, look, me, you know me. I'm a brother. I said, man, hell no. I ain't hold my palm up. I put my hand in that system. Crazy.
Hey, that would have been me on guard.
Listen. The lady next to me, she didn't have no phone. Older lady, no phone. Dude, she put her hand under the thing. All you heard was the ding from the machine. Boom. She grabbed her groceries. She gone. When you hold your palm up, it deducts the money from your bank account. How did you link your hand to your entire financial banking system? Bro, this stuff is coming, bro.
That's insane.
I'm
Hell nah.
like, bro, I'm
This
like,
nigga is
oh my
scary.
God. And listen, everything I'm seeing, this is why I stress so much to read, bro. Everything I'm seeing in real time, I'm like, nah.
It was in the
No
book.
way. Listen, National Guard, nah. What Miles say? Social credit might be coming. Look, I'm like, nah. I'm seeing the National Guard, nah. I'm seeing the digital money, nah. I'm seeing them put more rules in for crypto, nah. And then listen to the last phase, though. Man, last phase of the New World Order is once they have everything that they want, digital currency, they got everything mobilized, digitalized, using your face to scan, your hand to check in everywhere. When they got the National Guard deployed everywhere, the question is still, how are the people going to survive when they're not working? They got robots working in your jobs, right? The, the last,
Yeah.
yep, AI. The last phase is called global. Hold on. Make sure I say it right. It's called global income. Global income. Y'all know what that is? Global,
Explain.
global income. And I'll make sure I want to say it right.
It's like
Global
you like the universal basic income.
universal basic income.
Yeah.
That's exactly the word. And what this is that is it's a system of basic income that they pay everybody.
Mm.
So you like, well, okay, why would they do that? Some people gonna be like, shoot, if they sending me 3-4 G's a month, I'm cool. The problem is they're sending it to everybody, 3-4 G's a month. Most people are like, bro, shit, this is more than I wasn't working. So this 3 or 4 G's is really everything for me. This, bro, I need these 3-4 G's. The problem with that is when they get their hands in your bank account and when you are relying on the system now, they control when and if you gonna eat.
That's a fact.
You can't make no more than the 4 G's, but the good thing you can't make less than the 4 G's. So most people, shoot, I wasn't working anyway. I need that. The problem is the freedom and the flexibility that you once had is no more. Once you sign up and you need the system to feed you, it's over with. Prime example. Listen, I'm doing this stuff in the real world. I'm like, they said they tested it out with the stimulus checks in 2020.
I was about to say, yeah.
They said, let's just a sneak peek. How would this work? How would this go?
You see how fast people ate that up?
They ate it up fast, right? So he said, okay, will we just send it in mail to everybody in America? Will we deposit in their bank accounts? How will we get all this money to every citizen? What are the requirements? Okay, boom, if you file taxes. Ooh. So if you file taxes, that mean what? You in the system. If you in the system, that mean what? You got your palm, your fingerprints. So you already, you don't got a job. So the robots are already, then you watch iRobot. What happened to iRobot? People wasn't working. People was migrating the streets because the robots was doing your job. What is Elon trying to do?
Utilize robots.
This is all in the book, bro. I'm reading this years ago. I'm like, man, is this really gonna happen? The robots gonna take over and work, bro. The robots are more efficient than us now, bro.
A human. You're
Yeah.
right about that.
They can have a conversation with you.
Bro, they more efficient than us now. And that is why you never lose when you pay for information. I went to NVIDIA GTC last year. This is, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but this is before EYL and anyone black even went this year. They went this year. They was like, dog, it's over with. I went last year. before people even really knew about it. Listen, it's 3,000 to 4,000 people here, and they are showing me early. First off, it costs $3,000 to get in the room. It costs $3,000 to get a ticket. This ain't no free event, not including plane, not including hotel, but it costs $3,000 to get in the room. They are showing me early what these robots are capable of. I'm like, bro, they really, nah. Nah. I'm like, nah. They really moving like this. They like, yo, this is going to be the usher of the new wave. We're ushering this in throughout the next 5 years. I'm like, nah, they ain't buying this.
Yeah, all right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm at a point now where it's like, Keys, put your phone on mute, brother, for me. So I'm at a point now where I'm looking at all this, I'm reading all this, and I'm just like, bro, something big is coming, dog. It's not just gonna be oh, we slowly bleed to the end. You know, this ain't gonna be that. It's gonna be a bang. It's gonna be like a bomb dropped. And then once the bomb drop, it's gonna be like, were you in position? Do you got your shit together or do you don't? And you gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be on and popping. It's gonna be, okay, it's happening. It's happening. Niggas is robbing niggas. They sent the National Guard down. What's gonna happen is people gonna be like, bro, these motherfuckers are getting too out of body. They getting too crazy. National Guard gonna say this. They getting too crazy that I don't feel like going down to Chicago to fight them YNs. So what they gonna do? Oh, okay, cool. So you don't want to work no more? Okay, cool. We already got a backup option. That is why the Palantir system is so scared. They're preparing for humans not to be in the battlefield no more, bro. Listen, I was in New York a couple months ago. I got invited to the Palantir headquarters there. I was there. I'm with them. I'm talking to them. Bro, when I say they are moving different, bro, they are moving different, bro. Alice Karp, bro, they are moving a whole nother level that I still don't think people understand, bro. You know, and I see people in the comments on EYL when Ian and they talk about Palantir and how he didn't really like, you know, just morally investing into them and stuff like that. Which I agree with him on that. But still though, I don't think people understand what is really going on the inside. I am with the way Alice Karp has developed this environment of being there, of working for him. You don't even feel like you work for him. You feel like this is a easy, even battlefield of work. Bro, out like when you're a builder, when you're an engineer, he has this mindset, I don't want to put any limits on you. I want you to use our systems to build and build and build, to keep creating, keep creating, keep creating. Bro, I've read his book as well. It's in there as well. He talked about how he would sometimes go down to the floor, go down to where everybody's working, and he'll ask for ideas, and he'll have people challenge him on why he built Palantir. He said, I'm not firing him. He said the best way you get to the next level is iron sharpening iron. He said he's been face to face with some of his employees about to fight him. So, F you, you mother effer, you don't know what the F you doing. You need to go look at this, blah, 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 blah. And the employees shooting right back at him. He's like, I'm not firing him. He said, I'm giving them that freedom to continue to keep building and create. When you develop an environment like that, you don't have people working for you. You have builders alongside of you building your vision. And when the field that they're in, they're not just like his thing is, and you can read in his book as well, he's pissed off at Silicon Valley, right? And then I'm gonna get to these charts after this last word I'm saying. He's pissed off at Silicon Valley because he feels like they have utilized the top engineers, the top coders, the top people, analysts, the people that went to college, Harvard, Yale, all these schools, Princeton. they've used these great minds to build, he said, DoorDash delivery apps, to build e-commerce apps. He said, when we should have been using these great minds to build resources that's going to keep America above everyone else. That should have been military. That should have been education. That should be medicine. That's how he thinks, bro. So if he thinks like that, he get other people on board to help him think like that, bro. They're moving in a direction that you're not going to be able to catch, bro. So I say all that to say, when it happens, it's going to happen fast, bro. That's why it's important to have international ties. If you don't got no relationships overseas, dude, you're not doing right, bro. You had to have relationships outside of America. You got to have connections outside of America. If you don't have connections, you're only going to be reliant on America to save you. And Wall Street Trapper, he has a great quote. He said, if you give them the power to feed you, also give them the power to starve you. That's why you shouldn't be relying on anybody, bro. Get the international connections. I don't care if you just got to fly out there and just meet people. Go out there and meet people. Go secure yourself. Own something. Own assets. Assets are going to be one of the only things that is going to be beneficial when it comes to the equity markets. Assets, bro. Even real estate, I think is going to go through what it's going to go through. Right? Because like we saying, if people don't have the money to even pay for rent, I damn sure don't got the money to buy no house.
Yep. Then they got the Section 8 about to hit the fan too.
Come on.
About to be ugly.
So if this is gonna come, if we see this is on the way, we ain't finna just sit on the sideline and be like, damn, that's crazy. No, we should be proactive.
Prepared.
Be like, okay, cool. But the thing is, sometimes we don't know what to do though. Right? Sometimes our biggest issue is getting our hands on capital. Right? Getting our hands on, okay, I need the money so I can do boom, boom, and boom. Well, number one, if you go on Amazon, I was looking at this last year. Number one on Amazon, you should be looking up gas masks. Why, Nate, why would I get it? Bro, just in case. You should be looking up rope. I need to get some rope in my house. You need to get flashlights. You need to get canned foods, non-perishable foods. You need to get some extra sheets. You need to get some extra covers, right? No big purchases right now. You don't need to be balling, flexing on no nigga right now. Bro, your life might be at stake over these next 2 years and you worry about balling on Instagram. You feel me? So doing that, getting those international connections, you got to think when you have international connections, you got different eyes telling you what's really going on. One thing about America is propaganda, bro. The media is only going to show us what America wants us to see. It could be something going on crazy in another country like Jamaica, hurricane. I didn't really hear about the hurricane for real until I watched EYL. I didn't hear about them trying to kill, what's the African brother's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, from brother, what's his name? Zir.
Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. They was trying to kill the African brother from over. And he's standing on business. Like, America's not gonna tell you, like, oh, there's an African brother on there standing up for his rights. No, they ain't gonna tell you that. That's why you need exposure to different countries, different connections. Hey, this is what's going on over here. Keys was just in Dubai. I'm glad we on. I'm about to have him talk about Dubai for a second and what's going on over there. But like, that's why it's important. You should not just be relying on America to save you, bro. You shouldn't be people in America just to protect you. And bro, they never had our back, bro.
And it's supposed to be the land of the free.
They've never had our back, bro. You know what I'm saying? So man, the New World Order, bro. The Creature of Jekyll Island. Y'all should get that book, bro. You know,
It's happening in real time. That shit's crazy. That's
AI,
real life happening.
everything, bro. Everything. So yeah, that's that. What else? Um, man, just the outlook for the rest of the year. Um, we have we have potentially another rate cut, potentially. Um, we have Thanksgiving, right? We have Christmas. We have Nvidia earnings next week. And then we have um data's about to come out for when the government was shut down, what was going on. And then we have more reports in December. So with the government not being shut down no more, we're gonna get the report for what happened in October, but in December, everything is on back and popping.
Mm.
CPI is gonna come out on time. PPI is gonna come out on time. Unemployment is gonna come out on time. PCE is gonna come out on time. Now we back and popping on what's going on. Like this is starting to be like a mashup of woof, woof. What's really going on? Like what's about to happen? We got all these events. Just name like 10 events, 10 or 15 events. And we got 6 weeks left in the year. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. So, in the moment right now, like I said, we got our plays out. We can ride it out, hold our plays in there, and see, if things get back right, right? Like I said, anything can happen, but historically, based off of history, based off of statistics, November and December are usually very strong months, right? And I don't want to be biased, but I will say there are certain hedge funds that are underperforming SPX this year. When you are underperforming something, you have the last 2 months of the year typically to go all in to get back to overperforming for your clients, right? Because you really don't get to see how you finished up and performed until the year is over. So if I invest my money with Magnate LLC, I won't really get to see what my actual return was until the year is over. With it being the last 2 months, I feel like there are some firms that are going to try to go all in to make sure they get those returns that they need. I'm not saying that risk is back on, but I will say I also seen the Federal Reserve, I posted this earlier on my Instagram, the Federal Reserve bought back debt yesterday night. Remember, when the Federal Reserve, when they sell bonds, when they sell debt, that means they want their money back. They're restricting the economy, right? When it's a restrictive policy, that means they're selling, they're getting their money back. When they're purchasing, that means they're infusing money into something. When they're purchasing bonds from the banks, that means they're infusing money into the economy. When you infuse money into the economy, that is something called quantitative easing.
Mm-hmm.
When you put money in the economy, when you put money in the environment, that means more banks have more money to loan. When money is more affordable, when loans are not as pricey, when you can use that money, you can start buying assets with more money than you have. And that's usually bullish for the markets. So I'm not trying to be super biased, but I definitely see that they only report certain things. You got to go find this stuff. You got to go find this stuff. So those are the things that I was seeing yesterday, looking at the data. Keys do got a point about more data coming out, right? And that could be more of a catalyst to go lower, right? But I want to show you what I've been seeing on SPX. How we feeling? Everybody straight?
Mm-hmm.
How was that story about Creature Jack Island? That stuff crazy, ain't it?
That's heavy.
Yeah, get that book.
Just
Yeah,
Scary, bro.
It's real.
I mean, they also, bro, like when you look back at it, bro, the Bible always said that this stuff was coming. People just thought
Yeah.
it was the game. And if you read back in the Bible, so when people be like, Jesus ain't real, trust me, they got some type of thing where technology has looked at it. Like, just think about it, bro. Like, when you go back, even if you don't believe in God, you got the Aztecs, you got somebody came here with some type of technology that helped these motherfuckers build this shit.
Mm,
Like, you just gotta really look back at the pyramids. You gotta look back at some of the signs that they have down there in Mexico. Like, some technology that resembles some type of snake or something of the sort, bro, came down here and helped they ass with some type of technology. As far as growing food, shit like that as a master. Like, bro, it's been here. So, you know, it's crazy that the story is coming true. Like, they know somebody has been here. Whoever wrote that book at the beginning knew that their time was gonna come back around. Whether you like it or not. You can say it's controlled by the white man or whatever, but whoever knew that this type of thing or type of event happened before. You know. So you
exactly.
do the math.
Then Jekyll Island, ain't that where they made like they came up with the Federal Reserve? Yeah.
Yeah, Jacoby on it. Yes, sir, they
Bro,
did.
you know I've been on Bitcoin for years, bro. I be into this type of shit.
Yeah, what's crazy is, I mean, we'll talk about it more, but with me reading that whole thing, bro, 700 pages, and just seeing the creation of the banking system, and seeing the creation of the dollar and how the dollar came about, and that the dollar wasn't actually the plan of exchange. You know, it was something that was like a derivative of exchange. The actual exchange was, it started off with actual services, where back in the day, where long time ago, where if I needed something from you, there wasn't any currency that we can exchange. The only thing that we could exchange was value. So, prime
Facts.
example, they talked about it in a book where it was somebody that lived on a farm, right? But to get to his doorstep, all the way to the mailbox, all the way down the farmland, he didn't want to walk that far. So for the mailman to bring him all the way his mail all the way onto his property, all them acres of land, they had an exchange. He said, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna bring you your mail, but you gotta give me something." He said, "You know what? I can give you. I can give you food. I can give you clothing. I can develop these clothes. I can create these, I can knit, I can do this, and I can do this." That's how they was exchanging back then.
Yeah, it's that butter.
Currency, money, all this, bro. This came about when people start getting greedy. Bro, things wasn't like this. It was value for value. Like, if you got something to offer, I gotta find something to offer, and then we exchange. This
A barter
currency,
system.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the whole Federal
Um,
Reserve, all the bank shit, that shit's really like a big Ponzi scheme when you really think about it. Like they found a way to Rockefeller and them found a way to keep the money flowing to them
Exactly.
and have control over the shit at the same time.
Man, y'all don't want me getting that bad. We can talk about how this corrupt system is all day. Bro, I can go hours on hours on hours about just not just that book, but it's just about seeing Redline, and just about seeing what happened in the 80s. Like, we can go on all day about this, bro. Like, this is why I love what I do, because when you can see the news, when you can see what happened in the past, it gives you vision on what's gonna happen in the future. Follow me. So look at SPX here, y'all. Man. So where we are today, we closed here, what, 67.37. Remember, green candles are meaning they're going up. Red candles, that means the market is going down, right? So last week, look at this. Last week, we was up here flirting on this line of 68.20 up here. I said, yo, I'm sitting on my hands, y'all. I'm not grabbing nothing. Look at this. It broke through. It finally get down to 6,700. It bleed more, but this is when we got in. We like, all right, cool. Look at us. We think we doing something cool. Market said, okay, I got something for that ass. Okay.
Boy, belt to ass.
Listen, we get in when the market sell off. But this is another thing that you should pay attention to. When the market sells off, we get in our companies. When the market pushes all the way up, majority of the companies don't push all the way up. So that's a sign. Okay, some may add up. Why when the market sold off, everything was at a discount. We grabbed it on a discount. When SBX, NASDAQ, Dow Jones pushed back up, a lot of the companies didn't push back up. What does that mean? Okay, that's something that we need to pay attention to. Okay, that means there's smaller companies or that there's other companies, your Metas, your Oracles, right? These AI leading companies, they're not getting stronger when the market is getting stronger. So that's a sign that we need to be paying attention to. Okay, cool. So once we push back up Monday, got in, guys bought Palantir on the discount, Nvidia on the discount. We got in Robinhood on the discount. We got in energy plays on the discount, VST. We got in multiple plays on the discount. Once we got here, I said, I said it on my story. I said, yo, we could be headed back to go fill this gap. This gap is at 68.20. Like literally, I'm not gonna say it touched it perfectly, but where we jumped from today, we wicked and touched. We bounced back up. So, question is now, was this just a gap fill? Or was this just a setup for something going lower? Right? With this gap fill, that means the job is complete when it comes to technicals. Right? When it comes to technicals, the job is complete. Now it's about fundamentals. Now it's about macro environment. Now it's about micro environment. Now we got to see, okay, what's really going on under the hood? Because when your chart evens out, it's not about the chart no more. It's not about the RSI no more. It's not about being overvalued no more. Now it's about what's really going on under the hood of the car. Right? And that's kind of how I look at it, y'all. Like, okay, now what's really going on? When we lift that hood up and see what's going on with that engine, let's see what's going on, right? You never know. Tomorrow we could go down and touch this 50-day moving average. What's that, about 6,700? I could see it's going down and touch that 6,700 down here, and we could potentially just pop back to the upside and go on a run for the rest of November. We could do that, or worst case, we could fall past and go back down to 65.20. I will say this. If we go to 65.20, something is completely broken in the system. If we go back down to 6,500, something broke. In November and December, when we get a Christmas rally and a rate cut, if we go to 6,500, something broke. So, as of right now, the chart is actually doing what it's supposed to do. The market is doing what it's supposed to do. It popped up. We needed to slow down. We needed to come fill this gap, which we did. And we could go touch 6,700 again, and then we can load up for the rest of the year, right? We could. Or we could break, and we can go lower, right? But that is why it's important that I learned in April. Boy, this market gonna humble you. I learned in April to never be all in and out of cash. That's what I learned in April. In April, I was all cash, everything. All cash. Like cash money. Birdman, straight up. I was straight cash. I was in everything. I was invested into everything that when the market bled to the 4,800, I didn't have the capital to buy the plays that I wanted. I'm looking at some screenshots of mine, y'all, that I was playing with Robinhood calls in March and April with $40 strikes.
Mm.
Robinhood crossed 155 last month.
Mhm.
It's at 120-ish right now. 120-ish right now. $40 strike prices that I was playing with, that I was praying that it gets to. I'm like, I pray Robinhood gets to $40 a share. It crossed 150 last month.
Mhm.
So what I learned is never be all in. Always have some money to re-up, right? Just like the streets, bro. You never want to have all your money in the streets. You always want to have some re-up money for the, you know what I'm saying, for the work. You always want to have the re-up money for the work. Feel me? So that's kind of where we at with it. That's SPX. That's something that we need to be watching, right? Tomorrow is Friday, right? Tomorrow's Friday. We could bleed lower or we could finish strong, right? So that's them. And then I want to look at NVIDIA real quick.
Mhm.
NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA. Same thing with NVIDIA.
Mhm.
When it comes to technicals, y'all, when it comes to technicals, it's doing what it's supposed to do, bro. When we double topped here,
Mm.
it needed to calm down. When it topped here and it topped here, I'm like, these gaps need to go get filled. Look, fill, gap fill, gap fill, another gap fill. What happened again? We gap all the way up again. Now we got another gap. What we got to do again? Okay, we got to go fill this gap, which we did today. And look at that 50-day moving average held strong today. So with that 50-day moving average holding strong, it defended this 185 line. So when psychologically, when you seen the moving average get to 185, investors seen, okay, this is my time to buy. When it got there, it popped up. The low was 183. It
Mhm.
finished at 186 today. So it popped $3 from the low today. So now we get to see is, do we get back stronger? Right? Do we get back stronger? Do we get back stronger? And then actually I want to show one more Palantir. And I'm showing the companies that Michael Burry is shorting right now. Palantir. Look at what we got. Look at what we got. Look at what we got. Yo, same thing.
Mhm.
Same thing. When it comes to, hold on. When it comes to technicals, we gapped here, we gapped here, we gapped a little bit here, we gapped a little bit here, we gapped a little bit here. Yo, this needed to calm down. It came and filled this gap down here, bled down here, came and filled that gap, came down, touched a great support line at 168, 169. It bounced from 169 to 194 in a day.
Mm.
160, yeah, actually 168, 168 to 194. That's almost us over a 20-point move, bro, in one day. It gapped again. It needs to come fill this gap. It needs to calm down. It came and filled this gap. Came down to that other support line. How do I know this is support, y'all? I know this is support because it's touched the line multiple times and it bounced off of it, right? Remember, look at support as like your floor. Look at resistance as like your ceiling. Look at support as your floor, what it's not trying to go past, and look at resistance like your ceiling. So if I seen this right here, okay, it touched this and it bounced up. It came back down in this area again. Y'all see that?
Mhm.
Touched here, bounced up. Came back down, came back down, came in the same area, bounced up again. So what I know now is when it came and touched once, twice, three times, I know this is a good support area. Went through again, came down again. Look what it touched again. Touched again, bounced off again. This time when it bounced from 168, it went on a run to 207. That's a 40-point move. Touched again. So that means this line here is really strong. Look what happened again. We go, after they earnings, they sell off. Look what happens again. It touches this line again 168. Pops all the way again to 195. Came in gap fill. Look at it today. Came down in this line. So based off of technicals, it could go touch the line a little bit lower, right? Touch it again. And based off of technicals, we could be headed back to the upside. Follow me? So those are the three companies that I definitely wanted to show y'all. With that being said, y'all got any questions? Y'all got any concerns? Y'all, what are y'all seeing out there? How y'all feeling? You know, I know this.
Man, you ever heard of a company that does, I think it's ISTG or something like that, where they're doing surgeries with, you're able to be in one country and they're able to do surgery on you based off a controller.
Oh, ISRG.
That's the ISRG.
Yep, ISRG.
That shit is crazy. Somebody told me about that. I said, man, that's gonna be revolutionary. It probably ain't gonna pop right now, but then I looked at the chart on it. I said, holy moly.
Holy
They
moly.
got some things moving.
So that means we need to add that to the watch list.
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah, I
add
would
that to-
definitely say.
Intuitive search.
And what's it called again?
ISRG, intuitive surgical.
Yeah, dude, while I was out there in Dubai, he was like, bro, that's all I buy. He was like, nigga, he showed me like what they do. I said, bro, that's gonna be revolutionary. Somebody can be in one country. So imagine if you're a specialization doctor and you got to get flown out to go to this other country in order to do the surgery, bro. They can do it all with the remote, like a PS4 controller, like for real, bro. Like they
That's
can
crazy.
perform. That's crazy. I said, bro, when people get wind of this, it's gonna be over. So if they doing this to doctors in the medical field, like just only, you can only imagine what this is gonna hit in other areas, bro. If AI is getting this impactful, bro, it's about to be crazy. Like jobs are not gonna be here. Like 3 to 5 years from now, it's over.
That's why it's important to get as much money as possible. Um, get your credit right. When they get the loans, get with somebody with the credit, right? If it's a dude with the credit, he got his stuff together. Get with him. See how I can get a whole bunch of loans. I know it don't sound like the best idea, but having the capital is better than not having the capital. Right, get your credit right. Work with somebody in the credit sector. Talk to them. How do I get my hands on more loans for my business, for my company, for my personal? How do I get approved for more credit cards? How do I get all this to where I can start utilizing the system the way I need it? So, yeah. And then the last couple things that I want to talk about was, the trading log. Today, that was one I want to show y'all. I closed Oracle. Right. I closed Oracle, and the reason being is because it hit my levels. Right. Same with SMR. We should have did that earlier. But when it came to the energy play and when they reported earnings, when they talked about them being approved for using the energy sector to fund and to kind of like deploy for this AI revolution, I was like, yo, this is a bet that I'm willing to crash out on. That was Oracle. We closed that today. It reached my 221 level, and then it broke through. Right, we got out at 221. If I said if it's weak, I'm getting out. Today it went and touched like 215. It went and touched 215. So we got out at 221, like a 50 to 60% loss. Was playing with. I think it was like, forgot how much the play was, but it wasn't too crazy to the account. But yeah, that's probably the first L that we've taken when it comes to putting your plays out. Obviously, your lottos, they $90, the $100, you're gonna see what they do. You're not gonna hit all those. But when it comes to a play that we put out for some time, that was probably our first loss. What I really thought my first loss was gonna be was this GLD that was on Monday. Malcolm, you remember that, right? The GLD on Monday, we had a GLD that expired this past Monday, And the play was down. When I last looked at it, the play was down like 95%. The GLD was down 95%. I think we paid like $590, $600 for it or something like that. The play got down to $90. $600 to $90 on the last day that expired on Monday. Gold popped like
Went crazy.
crazy. Was
Yeah.
able to get out, break even.
Mhm.
And now I got that cash on the side for a play that I held and I seen all the way to the end. Right? $600 down to $90 on the last day expires. That $90 pops to $600, $700. If we would have held it, the $90 would have went to like a G in one day. Right. And so Keys also, he was on that Lily play. We were all on that Lily play. That was a winner. Cat, that was a winner 2 weeks ago. We was in Iron about a month ago. We was in MU, GS. Bro, when it comes to like actual plays, we've been hooping.
For sure.
We've been hooping. We just going through a little something right now. That's going down, but right, that's the market, right? Things just bleeding right now, but all we can control is buying quality, buying them on a discount, and putting some time on them things. Control what you can control. You gotta control your emotions though. You gotta see how you feeling. Also want to give y'all update. We are converting over. We're not leaving Notion, but we are adding a better conversational platform to the ecosystem next week. We are adding a conversational, it's more it looks like Instagram. The company is called Circle. You know, I've been on the phone with them. I've been chopping up with them a lot. They gave me a trial run for how I want to do stuff. Next week we will be converting over to Circle. Circle is for me user friendly. You don't have to go into the app and click view all replies and scroll all the way and scroll all the way. You get the notifications immediately. You get to conversate with people immediately, and then you get to conversate with people outside of the chat. You want to DM, hey, if I want to DM Malcolm on the side on the app, I can DM, hey, what you think about this play? I am trying to do boom, boom, and boom, where we don't have to have that conversation with everybody in the chat. So I like that, and then you can post your wins, you can post your losses on the main page. I've been loving the app so far. So we will be converting over next week. We still gonna have Notion. You still gonna have the trading log. You still gonna have the AI command center. You still gonna have the AI prompt library. You still gonna have the reading section. Y'all, please notice and please remember. This ecosystem is not just about trading. If this was about trading in stocks only, we would just have a stock group chat. No, this is very layered for a reason. AI prompt library. Go look at the prompts that I'm using. I update them weekly. Go look at my trading log. Go look at, okay, Nate put in a play like this. Why did he put that play in? Okay, he got the explanation on it. He got the support level. Okay, if this is how he's seeing it, I need to go practice myself. What else he got? He got a book section. Yo, if y'all want to turn this into a book club, we can do that. I got a book section for y'all seeing what books I've read, what books I'm looking to read, and what books I'm currently reading. If y'all want to tap in and do it like a book club, I'm all for it. You know, I'm reading every day. So I would advise y'all to read a lot more too. You know what I'm saying? We also got an event section, right? Where you get to go see the events that I've been at, the events that I'm going to, the same events that we all not able to go to. I got that tab in there so you can see. Prime example, this weekend, I'm going to this Electrify event in Dallas. Electrify event. I'm like, Electrify. They got me tickets to that Electrify event where you will personally, this Saturday in Dallas, you will be able to test out the electric vehicles, the electric bikes, the electric scooters, and the electric cars. No, and the electric flying cars this Saturday. So I'll be at that event at 11. Um, I got my Sergeant on. I got my boy Wasim out here. We going to that event together where I'm about to try to see what this flying car talking about. You know, and they got me tickets to be there. I'm gonna try to see what this flying car is talking about. I'm gonna see how real it is. I'm gonna see how durable it is. But guys, the next wave is here. It's here. And in the event section, I'm gonna put everything that I seen in that tab in the event section in the Notion tab. So I want y'all to know this is not just about stocks, right? It's multi-layered, right? So with that being said, bro, that's everything. Anybody got any last comments before we get off here? How y'all feeling? Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just stick to it, bro. Keep studying. Keep looking at the charts, you know what I'm saying? This shit'll have you emotionally attached to your, you know what I'm saying, your account. So while we going through it, at least be looking at the chart and studying this and looking at it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like
Sure.
Nate said earlier in the week, man, definitely do not sit around looking at your account all day. It will run you crazy.
Woo! I tell you that, boy. I tell you that firsthand. But it also builds character too. Like to be able to see, because I remember back in April, nigga, it's the same
Mhm.
thing. I
Yeah.
went down like a 30, nigga. What? Went down like a 30 ball. I'm like, oh man. But me actually being able to look at it has me built for before, for now, like, man, it's all right, it'll come back,
Mm-hmm.
but you hate to see
Yeah.
it, like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
I should have took some profit and yada yada yada, but you know I think the bigger picture is are you built to last, or you gonna take that belt to ass and be okay after mama whoop your ass? I tell you.
Hey,
So
anybody else? Anybody else got anything to say before we get off here?
No, now I was going to ask, in your mind, what would be a factor or some factors as to whether SPY goes lower or goes higher?
Um, that's a great question. When it comes to it's just crazy, bro, because the street is what they call it when big money. They pick and choose when they want to be emotional about data. We have known for months that people ain't been getting hired. We
Mhm.
have been knowing for months that people unemployment been going up. We've been knowing for months that inflation ain't been the best. But they choose this month, this data to be like, oh yeah, we need to sell off. You know what I mean? So it's a tricky question because the way the market moves now is like it really moves um with the monkey wrench, bro.
Mhm.
When you feel like everything is going south and everything is about to bleed, is when the market pumps.
Mhm.
When you feel like the market is just gonna keep pumping and pumping, like, bro, we got the government shut down fixed, and the market will bleed 100 points on you. So when it come to catalyst, bro, just going off of statistics, man, I feel like for the last 6, 7 weeks of this year, bro, November, December, they
Yeah.
just give you those green months, man. So going off of statistics, I would have said if you would have asked me this a couple days ago, I would say, man, the government shutdown that could get us back going.
Mhm.
You see, they get the government not shut down no more.
yeah.
That actually sold the market off.
Mhm.
So, yeah, man, I definitely feel like Nvidia earnings next week. If they
Mhm.
show promise, they show that demand that's still there. They show, man, we are out of China, but China's not our only customer. We got 100 other countries that are still purchasing chips. This AI stuff is real. I think that can lead us back up. I definitely think quantitative easing is going to lead us back up silently. It's not going to be, hey, multiple loans is out there. The market, no, it's going to be quiet. Like smart money moves quiet, bro. Right? You know what they say, silent hustle. Feel me? Smart money move quiet. Smart movie, smart, I said smart movie. Smart money moves overnight.
That's so crazy that you say that, cause boy, I ain't had so many lenders hit me up and so, like nigga, it's lenders I ain't even talked to for years. Lenders I first started the game with. Now they hit me up asking, do I need a loan for some real estate?
But
That is so crazy.
quiet, but it's quiet. Like it ain't all over social media. It ain't making the news headlines. It's not, yo, we back on. It's you know what I mean? So I definitely feel like that could be a catalyst that we go higher, that them pumping more money back into the markets the last 2 months of the year, hedge funds need to get those balance sheets right. Um, and then Trump at the end of the day, bro. Trump being the catalyst himself, that how theatrical he is. Our first year in the market, we touched 7,000. That whole that theatrical mindset of I'm doing this for you, y'all should love me for this, and all of that. I feel like that's gonna be a catalyst as well that pushes us higher. But going lower, right? The data, us being us running for 6 months. But I don't see us running for 6 months the catalyst that pulls us all the way back now. You follow me? I definitely think a breather was needed. I definitely think we needed to chill out for sure. But I don't think that's what ends us. I don't think that's what ends us. So that's to answer your question. Anybody else got anything else? All right. All right, man. So what I'm actually about to do, I'm about to move over to live, Instagram live. I got like 20 people that's trying to hop on live. I'm about to chop it up. I'm really about to talk about that banking system. Yeah, I really want to talk about that creature, Jekyll Island. I'm really about to get into it for like a couple minutes on Instagram live. So I'm about to move over there. But other than that, man, I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, bro. We black brothers, we doing it, man. We beating the odds with this shit, bro. You know, we not where we want to be yet, but we know what we got to do to get there, right? And it's the community. It's putting the money where our mouth is. It's staying focused. It's staying locked in. I'm going to keep saying this quote every week. If you can sacrifice 1 year, you're going to be able to live 50 years like a king. I said one more time. If you can sacrifice 1 year, you're going to be able to live 50 years like a king, bro. The question is, are you going to do it? Much love, family. I hate y'all later.
Be safe.
See you tomorrow, Malcolm.
Yes, sir.
All right.